Welcome to WagerTalk TV. I'm Kelly Stewart, joined by Teddy Covers at Teddy_Covers on Twitter, and Brian Leonard at BLeonardSports on Twitter. Make sure you guys are giving them a follow. If this is your first time tuning in, I have to say that. But if you guys aren't following these two by now, we have a real problem. Let's be honest. It is divisional playoff week. We're talking Dallas Cowboys touchdown dogs at the LA Rams, total 49.5. This is an interesting dynamic here, Teddy. Cowboys have been cashing underdog tickets as of late. I think they're 6-1 against the spread in their last 7. And the Rams really have no home field advantage in the Coliseum. We've seen it a couple of times this year where the Packers went in there and it was 70% Packers fans. And as a 90s kid, I know how many Dallas Cowboys fans there are, and they are really excited. I think they're going to travel fairly well, plus probably a ton live in LA. Your thoughts on this matchup?
Well, certainly when we start the analysis, we have to think about the fact that dogs are now 14-1 in the playoffs over the last 2 years. You know, so that means something at this stage. You know, when the dogs go 4-0 again last week against the closing numbers, on top of last year's 10-1, you have to start your analysis with the dog. All that being said, what edges do the Dallas Cowboys have in this game? Because I can't think of any. They don't have a coaching edge. They don't have a quarterback edge. They don't have an edge on the offensive line. They don't have an edge on the defensive line. They don't have an edge in the secondary. The Rams are better.
What about in the running game?
You know, you think so?
Zeke looked pretty good last week, and I will say this Rams rushing defense, mediocre at best.
I'm going to say better than mediocre.
Okay.
The stats are going to show a lot of rushing yards against the Rams because the Rams were ahead of all these teams, and sure, you can have 5 yards, take 6, take 8. And we're burning clock. There was a lot of games this year where the Rams were much more concerned about burning clock
than they
were about winning by margin. Here with a touchdown, only a touchdown, in a game where I can't find one edge for the underdog, it's favored to pass for me.
All right, Brian, do you disagree with Teddy?
I disagree on his thought process about the 14-1 with the underdogs. Yes, they're 14-1, but that's a small sample size. And the interesting thing is all the underdogs are teams that have been hot coming down the stretch. They've been covering the spreads. All your favorites, all the home favorites, they have not been covering spreads. So not only do you get the underdogs are hot in the playoffs, but the underdogs coming into the series are the ones that are on a nice run. And a lot of people like to bet on a team that they made money on and bet against teams that they've lost on. So it's like you take a look at Kansas City, you take a look at a lot of these teams, they've been money killers. So
the Rams
have been money
absolutely.
killers.
They started off super hot.
New Orleans was hot early, but then now they haven't been very good against the spread. So you're getting a lot of people looking to bet the dogs. And if you take a look at the numbers, the percentages are all over the dogs here. What I like about this game is I took a teaser on New Orleans. I took New Orleans down to just win by 1 or 2, and that's the game we're talking about, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay.
New Orleans?
Brian spaced out for a second.
I did space out for a second. Yeah, the Rams. The Rams from 7, down to 1. But that was my teaser here. But
I do agree with you. I do like the Saints and the Rams in a teaser.
Sure, I wouldn't argue with
that. But the thing is, Dallas, I give Dallas more credit on the running game. But the thing that's going to hurt Dallas here is the Rams can rush your quarterback. So they don't throw the ball very much accuracy downfield anyway. So the only way Dallas is going to be able to move the ball is running the football and dumping it off to the running back. They're not going to have any big playability. So they're going to have to take a long time to get down the field, which is good because you keep the ball out of the Rams' hands. But I still prefer the Rams. But this is the one game where I think the dog here has a chance to win. So I've basically gone around in a circle here and got an opinion on it.
I'm glad you feel the same way about this game as I do, because I feel like you can make a case for either side.
Well, the Cowboys' wide receiver injuries are going to be a factor in this ballgame. Dallas is not healthy at wideout. And, you know, if they're coming from behind, especially if you're praying for a backdoor cover, you know, we saw one against the Cowboys last week.
God, I was happy to catch that Seattle.
Dallas falls behind early, and all they've got is that running game. This could ugly that way.
Yeah.
All right. Guys, a $9 Monday at WagerTalk. You get all daily packages for Monday's action, plus NFL, priced at only $9. That includes any 5% best bets, normally priced at $30.